I can't even imagine I've completed 2 years. Oh God, why am I even in this place? And all those kind of this is going to be like a frozen, dry land with no known people, and we're going to like struggle. Hello everyone, welcome to MALZ vlogs. So today I thought I'll do a video mainly on a topic which is very specific to Saskatchewan. Okay, so I have a lot of subscribers who are planning to come to Saskatchewan, who are already there in Saskatchewan, who has been there for a while in Saskatchewan, which also includes me. So I thought, why not do a video to tell you if it's really worth it, or what are the pros and cons, or will you like it here, being in India or Africa or Sri Lanka or any place, if you're from any of those places, or any Pakistan or anywhere in the world, and will you like it here in Saskatchewan, which is considered one of the most coldest provinces. So I thought I'll do a video from my experience. I'm going to complete almost, I think, 2 years now in August. I can't even imagine I've completed 2 years. But yeah, I'm going to complete 2 years in Saskatchewan, specifically this province. And what is my feedback? I thought I should tell you guys about it. So I would start with the weather. So if you ask me, is it really difficult for a person? I will talk about people from India. Is it like really difficult for a person from India to actually come here and survive in the winter here? Guys, it's all about prepping yourself, right? I wouldn't say that it is easy, okay, because even I have had days like not many days but few days in the last 2 years where I thought, oh God, why am I even in this place? Because it's freezing cold. You step out for like 2 minutes and your fingers are frozen, your nose is frozen, your eyelashes are frozen, your eyebrows are frozen, even your hair is frozen. And sometimes you even wonder, like, where am I, and why am I here? All these kind of questions, right? So I thought that's one topic you need to address. Can I survive, or can you survive the winter in Saskatchewan? Guys, the answer is yes. Mainly because I feel that you can survive any winter. The maximum that Saskatchewan hits or has seen while I was here is around -48 or -49. And I survived it. There are zillions of people here who survived it. So the key to this is to actually layer well. When I say layering, it's about wearing lots and lots of clothes. Okay. It sounds impossible, and it's going to take like 15-20 minutes to just wear clothes, which is a big task for me. But then that is a key thing that you can do. So if you ask me about how I layer myself during peak winter, I would say that I usually wear my inners, like your underwear or your bra or your whatever you prefer to wear, and then I usually wear like a second layer of like a slip or something, so that I feel it's like a tight hug one, which makes me keeps me warm. Then some people wear like a thermal or something of that sort inside, especially if you're coming here during the first 1 year. Some people might prefer wearing it. Then you wear a t-shirt or your outerwear, whatever you prefer to wear to office or college, whatever the fancy one, you wear that. Some people even wear a sweater above it, which I don't do. Then you wear your proper jacket. So there are different types of jackets that you can wear during winter, but I will do a separate video on that if you would like to see it. So guys, please comment below and tell me if you want to see a video on how to layer yourself during winter. Now the next thing would be proper gloves. Guys, I can't tell you the importance or the relevance of gloves in Saskatchewan, especially for me, because my arms, my hand and my feet are always cold, and my nose. These are 3 points which indicates the temperature in my body. So I would suggest that you should wear actually proper gloves. There are many people who don't wear gloves, because I really can't understand how they survive, but I wear gloves because I really can't afford to have my fingers frozen, because it's very painful. And you can wear a very thick socks before you wear your boots. I always wear winter boots. Even if the temperature is dipping, I wear a winter boots mainly because my feet get cold very fast, and in case I need to stand out for some time, I don't want to afford losing my feet, so I always make sure I wear winter boots throughout winter. I don't even dare to change my boots. Then what you can do is you have to wear a cap. See, I'm telling you guys how I dress. I like to keep myself really warm, but you can play it around as in how you like it, okay? And then I also wear a mask. I told you, right? One of my freezing point is my nose. So I always wear a mask when I'm out, okay? Because I tend to actually, my nose starts running. Like I have a, not running, I tend to have a running nose when I'm outside. Even in like back in Trivandrum or Bangalore where I was, as soon as I get up, I have that issue. So I always wear a mask, then the cap, and then you will have the hoodie, right? Which comes with the jacket. I wear that. So this is how you need to dress and go out. So as long as you dress really well, there is no issues. You can survive any winter. Most of the places are heated. Your house is heated. You will never feel you're in a place which is minus 48 or 49 if you're inside the house, because it's well heated. You have wooden floors. The washrooms have like heated water. Like what you see or what people tell you that, okay, you might not, like you might have to like go to the washroom and, clean yourself after that with like cold water. All that is not there. You get like proper heated water. Like you might even get burnt. And so it's that hot. In most places, okay, I don't know, I have not seen anybody complain about the other, like they were not getting hot water and all those kind of things. So that way everything is sorted. Buses are heated. Some of the bus stops are heated. See, Saskatchewan is a small place, so you can't expect too much or too many of these facilities like in the bigger cities, but most of the places are heated, right? So I don't think you should face an issue. But the first 1 year, be very, very careful. Don't underestimate the winter here, because one day it's like minus 38, the other day it is minus 15, the next day it's minus 25. So every day the first thing I do is to like check the weather and see. So there are two temperatures, right? One is like if it shows minus 28 and feels like minus 35, that means you should take minus 35 as the temperature and dress according, because it will be windy and you need to be careful about that. So as I told you, don't underestimate the winter here. There are some instances where I thought I don't need my gloves today because it looks kind of okay outside, but I've like frozen to death, okay? There are some days which I've even cried because my arms got so frozen and I was stuck outside for some one or the other reason. So as long as you dress well, it shouldn't be a problem surviving the winter in Saskatchewan. Obviously it is a pain because you need to shovel off the snow in case you're staying in a house. We stay in an apartment, so we don't have much issues. Then what, your car cleaning is a big task. Maintenance of the car, like how you maintain your car during winter or how you drive during winter, like it's two lives that you have, one summer life and one winter life. Winter life is like you have so many things to do when you step out of the house, or you need to maintain your car that way, or when you need to plug your car, all these kind of things. So if you want to know more about those things, how specifically you need to survive during winter or how to maintain your car during winter, you let me know. Then one other thing is Saskatchewan, if you all would have researched about it, but Saskatchewan is actually considered as a prairie land. So the thing is, there's no like water bodies around, okay? So the only thing, there are obviously small lakes and all those things, but it's surrounded, like the borders are all land. So it's not like BC or the other end wherein you have water bodies. So it's considered to be very sunny, okay? Like now I'm looking outside and it's so sunny, but it might be like minus 28. So that's the condition in Saskatchewan. So you won't actually, I feel compared to BC where it's called as rain cooler, or like it's constantly raining and dull and those kind of things, I feel that Saskatchewan is much better that way because there's a lot of sunshine that you get. But seeing the sunshine, don't step out with just one jacket because you might like freeze to death. But then it doesn't make you like very dull or depressed. Obviously you can't like step out all the time because you might feel really cold and all those things, but it is really good to actually have sun, right? You guys won't understand how important it is to have sun during winter, because it actually dulls your mood if you don't have enough sunshine. So that's one plus point of Saskatchewan. It's always sunny. So I'll tell you one thing what happened when Prashant came here. Prashant's my husband. When he came here for the first time, he landed in the evening. Okay, so he didn't see like proper sunlight or something. The next day he's like looking outside the window and he's like, it's so sunny, should we go out? I told you, don't like go by the sun, because once you step out, it's going to be like really cold. So that's exactly what he faced. The minute he stepped out, there's like a gush of like cold air on his face. So that's how the winter is here. So if you ask me, like, is it like really difficult? No, guys. Like, see, we all continue with our life here, right? Like, we go out, we have fun, we go to office, we go for drives or whatever it is. I have personally not faced any issue. Obviously, it is difficult. There is a style of driving, or you have to be extremely careful while driving, especially during peak winters when there's freezing rain or something of that sort. There's no control over the vehicle, right? So you need to be really, really careful while driving. So that's one thing, weather. Second thing I would talk about is about different communities in Saskatchewan. I would say there's a mix of communities. There's plenty of Indian people here, all over Saskatchewan. I stay in Regina. There's plenty of communities like Gujarati communities, Malayali communities, Punjabi communities, or from Andhra or Tamil Nadu, or any part of India, or from the east or the west. Everywhere you find people here. So there might be specific places where you don't have a lot of people. But then most of the places have Indian community, African community, Asian community. There are people from a lot of, even from Middle East, there are a lot of people here. So don't worry, your community people are going to be here. So don't think that, this is going to be like a frozen, dry land with no known people and we are going to like struggle here. No, chill. Like, it's pretty cool here. Like, I was so surprised when I came here to see, like, you go to supermarkets and you see a bunch of Indians, or you walk into the Indian aisle of Walmart or Superstore and there'll be like Malayalis talking about and all those kind of so I'm like, what the hell, like where are we? And there are so many Indian stores, African stores, Asian stores, stores for specific nationalities all over Regina, Saskatchewan. Moosejaw there is less. So when I was in Moosejaw, I found it a little difficult to get stuff like Indian stuff and all those things. But the other two places, or even I think Prince Albert, I'm not very sure about Prince Albert because I haven't been there. Like, I've just been there for like one day or something, but I don't know much about Prince Albert or any other place in Saskatchewan. I can mainly talk about Moosejaw, Saskatoon, and Regina, because I've stayed in these three places. So there's plenty of Indian community, Indian grocery stores, or African stores or Asian stores where you can buy like really authentic stuff. Obviously the thing is, some things are frozen, some things are preserved and all those things, because you can't actually get those it's not produced here. So obviously those issues are there. But then I think 70% of the things I have used back in India, I get it here. Like, I'm talking about the cooking essentials and the small things that we are used to using back in India, we get it here. Even in like place like Walmart, there's a specific aisle for like Indian things, and like chai and rice and all those kind of things. So don't worry about that. Only Moosejaw, I think it's a little less, but otherwise it's okay. So community wise, guys, don't worry. In between Malayalis there is this thing, right? Like, there's this bro code called as Natil Evadeya, means where are you from from Kerala, right? So yeah, when you walk in Walmart and all, you like bump into Malayalis and you can ask that question, okay? So don't worry, guys. The next thing I would talk about is about the expense here. Guys, I will tell you something. See, I had this impression about Canada. I don't know whether it was only me, but I always thought that, okay, you're earning in Canadian dollars, so you will have enough money to spend, okay? That's one thing that actually hit me, because things are expensive here, especially grocery is quite expensive here. I will tell you an example. I'm a person who eats non-veg, so obviously the cheapest meat in India would be chicken. I was craving to have chicken after I landed, right? So initially in Saskatoon, I never bought chicken or anything because I was just getting adjusted to, the lifestyle in Canada, I didn't want to spend too much also. So once I reached Moosejaw, I had to like invite a couple of my friends home and all. So I thought, okay, I'll buy chicken. Chicken was around $13 when I came. 13 into 60, so you can imagine how expensive it is, right? And now it's around $17. In these 2 years, price has increased so much because of the price difference in products and the raw materials and all those things. So overall, I would say that it is expensive here, especially for groceries or gas, I mean petrol, and some things that you don't expect it to be expensive are quite expensive here, and some things which are not that expensive, no, are very expensive in India or any other places, are quite cheap here. That's how it works. So I seriously feel grocery is expensive. So that's one thing, I'm not just saying in Saskatchewan, I'm saying all over Canada, grocery or things are expensive. So obviously your purchasing power is more here because you're earning in dollars or you have more money in hand, obviously, and you get a chunk of money that you can spend on things. You can even buy things which are expensive back in India. I told you, right? Some things which are very expensive back in India, you can easily buy it here. So those kind of things are fine, but I'm saying regular, right? Your monthly expenses or your daily expenses are quite high here. So on an average, I would say like Saskatchewan is actually one of the cheapest place to live, mainly because things like insurance is low, rentals is comparatively low, then real estate is comparatively low, then I don't know about gas price and all, okay, because I'm not going to evaluate all those things. Overall, Saskatchewan is a very affordable place to live, especially if you're starting off. I will give you an example, okay? I had one of my friends staying in British Columbia for like a couple of months before coming to Canada for the course, before coming to Saskatchewan for the course, and he was paying around, their roommates were paying around $1,400 just for like a 1 bedroom, okay, or even more than that, just for a 1 bedroom. But you can easily get like a 1 bedroom house in Saskatchewan for like half the price, maybe like $700 or $800. It might be a smaller place, but that's the difference, like compared to Toronto or British Columbia or any other bigger province. Prices in Saskatchewan for such things, like overall expense is less in Saskatchewan. So obviously it's a plus point for people who are planning to come here initially. I'm only talking about like couples, but if you have kids, I'm not sure about the additional expenses or whether things like obviously daycare and all those things might be expensive, but as compared to other provinces, it will be cheaper here. One thing that that is a con in Saskatchewan is Saskatchewan has the lowest minimum wage. Okay, so now the minimum wage in Saskatchewan is $13, and most of us who come here as students or even in PR start at $13. Okay, so compared to your expenses, the money that you make as like when you start off with minimum wages, it's quite a gap, right? So initially in the first year and all, I couldn't actually afford a lot of things, and there are several days that me and Prashant will go to a store, like we'll pick up things. Okay, do we need this week? No, maybe we'll buy it after 3-4 months and we'll keep it back in the shelf. So we have had several instances like this, many things that we really wanted to buy, we couldn't afford it in the first year. Like the first year, we consciously took a decision that we're not going to splurge on things, or we're not going to buy expensive stuff, not go on trips, or we are going to like kind of stay indoors and not do much, because first of all, he was not working, I was the only person working, so I felt that we should like curtail expenses. But then now we are much more comfortable because obviously both of us are working. Even though it's just above, a little above minimum wages, we are very comfortable in paying off debts. So that's one thing, right? You come to Canada with a lot of debt, especially for us. We had, I'm sure a lot of people might be taking loans, or even would have sold off things or many things. I don't know how you guys have come here, but you would have debts or you would have some pay ups to do back in India, right? Which you can do after the first year. The first year is going to be a little bit of a crunch because you're finding jobs. You might not land up with a job initially, or like there are a lot of other expenses that come up, and maybe you need to buy a car or things like that. So I would say that from the second year onwards, it's much more comfortable for people to actually pay up loans or pay up bills back home or here, or you'll have a little bit of savings. All that is fine. So expense wise, as I told, Saskatchewan I think will be comparatively lesser than the bigger province. Then if you consider like the overall lifestyle here, I would say, see, I have stayed in places like Dubai for a long time. Then I've stayed in Bangalore for almost 10 years. Then I've been in Trivandrum for a long time. So all these are like busy cities or metropolitans, right? From there, when you come here, it's very slow. It's like really slow. But I really like it here, mainly because there's no traffic. Especially in Bangalore, like if I had to go for a meeting, I would spend 1.5 hours in cab or by car, and then 1.5 hours back, and the meeting would be just for 15-20 minutes. So that ways in Regina or Saskatoon or Moosejaw, wherever it is, you can reach places in like 10-15 minutes, which is such a big plus for me. Okay, like I hate it when I'm stuck in traffic and people are honking and like you keep abusing each other and all these kind of things, right? So that ways it's much peaceful. Infrastructure is really good, like in the road, I'm saying in case of roads, the way they maintain the roads during winters, like I keep thinking, like I wish things were like that back home or something, where the maintenance of infrastructure is that good here. Then there are a lot of other like if you look at it, you have all the essentials here. You have Indian stores, you have malls, you have required stores here, you have all restaurants here, you have Indian restaurants. So if you look at it lifestyle wise, it's a very balanced lifestyle, for especially for people with like kids and all. You will have a lot of time in hand to actually spend time with your kids, or be at home and do things. You have time, and there are a lot of communities like different regional communities which conducts events and all this. So you have time for all that. You can put your kids for some classes and those kind of things. You're not in a rush always, which I enjoy. But it all depends. If you're a youngster, like really young, who want to like explore the world and party and those kind of things, you might find Saskatchewan a little disappointing initially, at least, because it's not like a party hub or anything. There are places, obviously, we've also explored those places, but it's nothing compared to like maybe Toronto or British Columbia or any other province, because obviously it's a little slow. That's about lifestyle. As guys, if you have anything specific, you have to comment below, because I'm just talking in general. Okay. Then another thing I feel is there are a lot of benefits. When I say benefits of staying in Saskatchewan, I'm talking about things like, see, after I filed my tax last year, I got so many refunds and benefits of staying in Saskatchewan. There's something called as climate action incentive, action control incentive, or something of that sort. Because Saskatchewan is so cold, and we are living here, they give us some money from the government. Okay. I found that really surprising, because I got some money into my account, and I'm like, it's not like $100-$200, it's like $400-$500 that comes into your account. Okay. And it's such a big amount that comes into your account, especially since you're a student and you get that amount, and you're like quite surprised, how did this come and all those things. So since you're in Saskatchewan and you are surviving the winter here, they give you these kind of benefits. Then there's child benefit, health benefit, all these things which are available all over Canada. Other than that, you also get like we had a rental one-time top-up benefit. Especially as a student, make sure you file your taxes on time, and you will reap money the next year. Okay, in the sense, I at least got around $2,500 back from the government during last year. I mean, after I completed the course. So I'm sure other provinces have their own benefits, but Saskatchewan, I felt that I've never got any money back from my home country when I was paying so much taxes, right? But here as a student you get a lot of benefits like that, and you also get that money back. Obviously you're paying a lot of tax while you earn. I'll give you an example. If you're earning around $2,500 or $3,000 per month, you almost get only $2,200 in your hand. That is almost around $800 will go into your tax. So be prepared for that. Other than that, what do I say? I talked about weather, I talked about lifestyle, I talked about expenses. Overall, it's a nice place, guys. I mean, many people they say that Saskatchewan has a lot of native community people. And then they might create trouble and those guys. You should understand, you have come to their country, okay? I see a lot of Indian community people saying that it's very risky to stay in that area, you should only stay in this area and those kind of things. Saskatchewan is a very safe place as compared to many places back home, okay? So if there was some random crime that happened and people like, okay, don't go to Saskatchewan because there's some stabbing happening and all. Like, read your own newspaper, man. Seriously, don't you see so many crimes happening there? Why are you so worried about that one crime that happened here? Obviously there are crimes, it's not that there are no crimes, but comparatively I have not seen many here. After I came, there are very few which was reported, or it's not that how people talk and saying that you shouldn't stay in a specific area because there are native people staying there. I really don't understand. I stay in an area where it's surrounded by native people. I have not faced that issue. I've stayed like that in Moosejaw as well as here. I've not personally faced any issues. If you face any issues, please comment below. There are a lot of people who ask me whether Saskatchewan is a safe place to live because they've heard that the crime rate is more. I always tell them, are you coming from a place where I came from? And don't you see rapes, murders, like people like shooting people in the middle of the road, like right in the morning, and stabbing people? And these days so many crimes are reported back in India or whichever country you're coming from. As compared to that, it's like 1% or maybe 5%. Okay, so like don't worry about how safe the place is. You can easily, especially for girls, I'm saying, you can easily go out at any point of time, and you can come by bus, and it's a much safer place. Okay, so don't worry about the safety of Saskatchewan, because I seriously haven't faced any problems. I don't know if people have. If you have, maybe it was that particular situation, and if you would like to talk about it, please comment and tell us that what was the issue. I'm sure there are some cases here and there. I'm not saying it's like 100% no crime zone or something, but then it's not like how people, and the worst part is I see people back in India telling the people who are coming to Saskatchewan, we've heard that it's not a safe place. On what basis? I really don't understand. I've been staying here for almost 2 years now, and I seriously haven't faced anything of that sort. So overall, I feel that Saskatchewan is a good place to come, especially you're coming as a student at age maybe like 30 or 35 plus, or you're coming on a PNP and those kind of things, especially since you can't apply for bigger provinces, or if you can't apply for express entry and those kind of things, and you're coming here specifically for getting PR, then don't worry guys, it has like a good infrastructure, good facilities, good people, good community of all nationalities, and then overall it's a nice place to live. It's very peaceful, and don't think that it's going to be boring, because they make sure they have like winter activities, summer activities, things for kids, for adults, concerts, those everything is here. Okay, and Saskatchewan also borders US. Like I can drive from here like for 2 hours, and then I reach US border. So if at all you land up with the US visa and all, it's easier that way. The only drawback I find here is the flight connectivity. That's one thing, because obviously you need to go to Calgary or Toronto to actually board a flight to India or any other country, or even to fly for vacations and all those kind of things. That is one thing I find is quite expensive. Overall in Canada, domestic flights are very expensive. I don't know why. So other than that, don't worry guys. It's according to me, it's a good place to come. So now it's for you guys to judge and find out after you come here, or if you have any specific questions on things that I still haven't discussed in the video, then comment below and let me know, guys. Please like, share and subscribe and hit the bell icon to get the video notification as and when I upload it. I'm trying to be regular with the videos, so hopefully you like what I'm been up to these days. Let me know if there's any specific topic that you want me to cover. That's all now, guys.